Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's me Tahira Tahir to teach you English grammar. Today our topic is simple present tense. Dear students, today we will talk about when to use this tense, how to use it exactly, correctly and confidently by avoiding the mistakes. But first of all, you must be knowing what are the tenses. Tenses are the way we talk about time in English, that is, present, past, and future. There are different situations or usage when we use this tense. First situation is permanent. It means the activity you are doing on the permanent basis. For example, we live in New York. He works at a bank. So you can also compare your activity. Like we live in New York, he works at a bank. You can also compare your situation with you, that where do you live and where do you work at. So second activity is routine. So it is a kind of regular activity. For example, I wake up at 6 o'clock. I go to sleep at 11. So it's a kind of regular activity. Third is the facts. For example, the sun rises in the east. The earth goes round the sun. So this is the scientific truth and it doesn't change. The fourth one is schedules. It is also a kind of regular activity. For example, our class starts at 9. Our flight leaves at noon. Sometimes simple present tense is used with the non-continuous verb and it is usually called stative verb. And it is connected with the thoughts, opinions, emotions and five senses. For example, I love mom. Here the love belongs to emotions. It smells good. Here the smells belongs to five senses. The next is the future planning. It means with the help of simple present tense, we are doing future planning. For example, Ali starts school tomorrow. Next week, I go to summer camp. Students, there are certain adverb of frequency in English. It means how often it happens. For example, she always takes the bus. There are others adverbs of frequency like never, rarely, sometimes, often, always. Actually, these are the signal words and they ensure the indication of simple present tense. Three sections for positive, negative and interrogative sentences. For example, with I, you, we, they. For I, you, we, they, we don't add s or es with the verb. I work, you work, we work, they work. But with he, she, it and with a single person, we use s with the verb. He works, she works, it works, father works. Now the negative sentence, don't or do not. Don't is a contraction form. We use do not or does not with the verb. Do not with I, you, we, they and does not with the he, she, it and with the single person. Now for interrogative sentences. And for interrogative sentences, do and does will come in front of the sentences. Do with the I, you, we, they and does with the he, she, it and with the single person. Do I work? Do you work? Do we work? And do they work? Does he work? Does she work? Does it work? Students, for third person singular, when we are adding s or es with the verb and we make it a third person singular, more third person singular verbs end in es. For some verb you add es instead of S for third person. For example, she brushes her teeth after each meal. Here you notice that the verb is a brush and we have added es with the verb, and by making she brushes her teeth after each meal. Next, he goes to school by bus. Dad sometimes does the shopping. Students, what are the rules to make third person singular? Actually, you drop y and add ies to form the third person singular of the verb end in y. For example, Mike usually fries an egg for breakfast. Here the verb was fry, F-R-Y, fry, and we have dropped y and we have added ies. In the same way, Alice tries hard at school. For some verbs that end in y, you don't drop y if there is vowel sound like a, e, I, o, u before it. You just add s after y. James always buys a magazine to read on the train. A Muslim prays 5 times a day. That noise annoys me. Students, if you have any query about the topic, comment me and subscribe my channel.